It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Dee, who went to Powell High School, who committed to Belmont University. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Brandon. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play softball in high school and move on to the college level?
I started playing as a pitcher in softball when I was 9, and I started playing travel ball around the same time. And the more I played it, the more I fell in love with it. And I decided that there wasn't anything else that I wanted to do. And I just want to keep pushing to play in college and to play the highest competition that I can.
How did you know that you wanted to play travel ball?
Travel ball is the best way to play competitive softball, and it's one of the best ways to get your name out for college. And the organization I'm with is one of the top organizations I could be.
Can you talk about your experience playing high school softball?
I have a great team with me. They're great girls. We were lucky enough to win the AAA state championship my freshman year, and we were going back next year, but then the COVID hit. This year, I believe we're strong enough to be able to win it again.
How has COVID affected your softball season?
COVID made a lot of changes for us. It made everything a little bit harder with softball since there's so many people there, so many people in the stands. It had to be limited. You could only bring so many people with you. So many tournaments got canceled. And it just became harder, but it really showed people who love the sport to keep pushing and keep trying to play.
What have you accomplished in your high school career so far?
Like I said, we won the AAA state championship my freshman year, and I've gotten to pitch with these girls for 3 years now. I've had to work my way up to a higher position because we've had great pitchers when I was younger, and we still have great pitchers with me. I've had 4 perfect games and several no-hitters.
That's amazing. Can you talk about your experience playing travel ball for the Lady Lightning?
Playing travel with Lady Lightning has been absolutely amazing. I've got to travel to so many places that I haven't been before, and I've got to play again with some really great girls and a great coaching staff. I played with Michelle Korn and John Korn, and I absolutely loved it. I'm playing with Coach DeMarco now, and the girls are just so excited and happy to be able to play together.
How has travel ball helped you in the recruitment process?
Travel ball is definitely one of the best ways to get recruited, and it is definitely just a great way to get your name out there. I have traveled all over the country, and in that time, the more you travel, the more people see you.
Who are some schools that were looking at you before you committed?
Some schools that were looking at me were UNCW, Alabama State, JMU, FIU, Austin P, and App State was also one.
Can you talk about the process committing to Belmont University?
It has been a crazy road with Belmont University. I absolutely loved the school from the very beginning. And with a different coaching staff they had originally, they were recruiting me hard, but it just didn't work out. Megan ended up at UT for their pitching coach, and I was really upset thinking that I had lost all my chances to be able to go to Belmont. And then Laura came in, Coach Matthews, and she saw some of my videos, and I was fortunate enough to be offered a spot there, and I was so excited to accept.
What was going through your head whenever you got offered from one coach and then knowing that she moved on? What was going through your head during that process?
Honestly, panic. It was terrifying. It was something that I never expected to happen, and I feel like that's every softball player's worst nightmare, is to get offered by the school of your dreams and then think that it's all gone.
What do you plan to accomplish in your college career at Belmont?
My college career at Belmont, I hope to bring everything, all of my hard work, in with the team and be able to help them win as many games as possible to win our region and hopefully go and win the World Series.
Can you talk about the official visit process and how that was like?
I never went on any official visits due to COVID, so I don't have any experience in that.
Okay. Can you talk about going to college clinics to get your name out there?
I only ever went to college clinics that were interested in me and I was interested in them. That way I would set my ideal schools and try to get my name out with them. If I knew that a school that I was interested in was going to be at a certain clinic, then I would go to that clinic. And
what were some clinics that you went to?
I went to the JMU clinic. I went to a clinic at Belmont, ETSU, Tennessee Tech. I went to a lot of clinics.
Can you talk about us going to the ESPN Wide World Sports tournament?
It was an amazing tournament. The fields were absolutely amazing. It was so much fun to play on, but to be honest, it wasn't my favorite tournament. My favorite tournament of all time was when I got to play at the Hall of Fame Stadium in OKC.
Can you talk about the Hall of Fame tournament and what you experienced during that time?
My coach believed in me enough in that game to start me as one of his younger pitchers, and being able to go out on that field and start and go as far in the game as possible, just the energy that completely surrounded the field was like nothing else I've ever experienced.
What advice would you give upcoming high school softball players looking to play softball in high school?
Work hard. Just the best thing to do when you're trying to move on to the next level is get a net, bat, throw, pitch. I have a wall that I just throw velo into to try to improve my mechanics and my speed. Just the best thing you can do is work.
Can you talk about the process of submitting videos like via Twitter to get colleges to look more at you?
Twitter is definitely the best social media site to get colleges' attention, specifically for softball. Coaches are always on their Twitter. Coaches are always looking at their social media. And if you upload and tag the schools that you're interested in, that makes it so much more likely that they're going to see that video than if you sent in a short video from email, because they have hundreds of, if not thousands of emails every single day. And it's just, they're short clips, so it gets their attention, it keeps their attention, and then they can move on to something else.
What advice would you give upcoming softball players looking to get recruited to the next level?
Social media it can make or break your career. It can bring you in and show you the best parts, and it can get your name out there. Or if you do something wrong on social media, like post something that shouldn't be posted, it can honestly ruin your chances. And support your teammates. Always support your teammates, because coaches see that. Coaches see the kind of player that you are.
Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
On social media, I forgot my social media. I have Twitter and Facebook, but I'm not sure what my...
Thank you again for your interview and best of luck at Belmont this upcoming year.
Thank you so much, Brandon. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Day, for your interview and best of luck.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.